Welcome to the Pursuit of Prevention podcast. My name is Bailey French, a Purdue-trained nutritional scientist and nutrition counselor, and today you will walk away from this episode with some tools to help improve your health. Because around here, we believe that you are not defined by your family health history. You can enhance your DNA and leave a new legacy of wellness for your family. If you are ready to take control of your health and win back the confidence that comes from knowing that each day you are preventing the illnesses that run in your family, you've come to the right place. Let's get started. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the first episode of the Pursuit of Prevention podcast for 2023. Now, you know, I'm certain that you've seen it all over the internet already. New year, new you, right? It's time for resolutions. It's time to get back into the gym, to get back on track. And today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Most people that I've had a conversation with in the last several weeks have been very much anti-resolutions. And while I personally don't make resolutions, I agree with that. You know, they can be a little bit stressful, right? And they put a lot of pressure on the goals that you have, as opposed to making goals that align with where you want to go this year, that align with how you want to feel. A lot of times resolutions come down to how do you want to look? How much weight do you want to lose? You know, how much money do you want to make? These very specific things. And it's not always the most helpful, right? If you have done resolutions before, you likely know that if you don't achieve them at the end of the year, it's not necessarily this sadness or this feeling of losing out on something. It's just, oh, another year, I didn't hit my resolutions. That didn't happen. Whoops. Oh, well, we'll try again next year. Now, here's the problem with that, with not having that feeling of like you're losing out on something. When everything is just, it happens or it doesn't, you don't tie any weight to the goal, which means if it doesn't happen, there's nothing changes, right? It's, you know, everything stays the same, and that's okay. That's okay if that's where you want to be. But let's say you are someone that really knows that you need to make a change for your health. You got your lab work back in December and it is not looking good, and you want to make it to your child's wedding next fall. You need to make some changes. And those changes aren't going to happen if there's no weight tied to the goal. Because instead of coming home from work and making the effort, making sure that you make the time to get a workout in or prep your dinner ahead of time, you're going to come home, you're going to fall back into old habits because it has taken years to form the habits that you have now, right? You can't expect them to just change in a matter of days without some real, true hard work behind that. So you fall into your old habits. You sit on the couch, you watch TV, you end up ordering out for dinner, and then you wake up the next morning knowing that you're no closer to your goal. You probably feel a little bit more bloated, and with that starts to sneak in maybe some guilt or some disappointment because the person that you're letting down is yourself. That is heavy. That is hard, and it honestly deserves some weight to be tied to it. Now, there's a practice that I do called the daily deposit. And this is something from Guide Culture, which is a sales skills training company. And what the daily deposit does is it helps you prioritize 5 things that you really need to get done in order to move the needle in your life. That could be for business or work. It could be for your health. It could be for your mindset. You know, sometimes things that go on the daily deposit list are making the time to sit down and read your Bible or pray or spend quiet time with God. Like, these are things that will move the needle in your life, but they wouldn't necessarily go on your to-do list or be the most urgent thing compared to all the rest of the things on your to-do list. Right? And then the really cool part about the daily deposit is at the bottom, you have a category for did you win the day or did you lose the day? And with the daily deposit, of course, there's no one checking over your shoulder. But you have to fill out, did you win the day or did you lose the day? What that does is it ties the weight to not achieving what you want to achieve. So instead of feeling like, oh, that sucks, I didn't do it yesterday, and getting unmotivated, what you're going to do is see, hey, I had an L today, and that hurts. That one L means that, tomorrow I have one more thing to do. It means that I'm not getting to my goals as quickly as I want to get to them. And there is a way that I can change my habits, change my productivity in order to do that one more thing so that I can win the day. And then one win turns into 2 wins. And then that turns into a full week of wins. And then before you know it, it's been a month and you have gotten results more quickly than you have in your entire life because you are focused on just a few things and they are the right things coupled with the fact that they have a weight. It's not just, I need to do the laundry today. Well, if you don't do the laundry doesn't get done. Okay. But if doing the laundry is hard for you and it goes on your game day list and you don't do the laundry and you lose the day because you didn't take 2 minutes to toss the dirty laundry into the washing machine and start it, how does that feel now? It creates this sense of urgency. It creates such a difference. And doing the laundry, maybe it's not the most glamorous thing in the world, but what happens when you do the laundry? You have clean and fresh clothes to put on for work the next day. You know what you're going to wear to work. You know what you're going to wear to work. It takes time back into your morning routine because you don't have to think about what to wear. You feel more confident walking into work because you have fresh, clean clothes that you feel good in. So it's not the act of doing the laundry. It's what comes after doing the laundry. And the way that you win a day and feel your best is by doing those small things and taking the time, the very short amount of time sometimes that it takes to do those non-glamorous tasks. So the daily deposit, I will link it in the show notes of this episode if you want to go grab one. It's also a practice that Guide Culture can teach you to do in just any old notebook, or the first one ever created was done on a napkin in a coffee shop. So it's not this difficult practice, but it's a habit that you're building and it adds that weight into your goals. So what we're really going to talk about today is, instead of seeing it as a resolution, something you're aspiring to do, something that could be, instead, you are going to set 2023 intentions. Intentions. These are things that you are mindfully doing every day. These intentions are things that you intend to accomplish by December 31st, 2023. A resolution is truly just a goal, a hope, a dream. An intention has that weight. Your intention shows up in everything that you do. How you interact with your family, how you interact with your coworkers, how you feel about yourself when you go to bed each night. Now, some of you might be saying, okay, intentions are just another fancy way of saying resolution, of having these goals. But did you know that you are 76% more likely to achieve a goal when it is written down? When you have an intention and you write it down, the weight that is tied to the intention, along with that 76% more likely to accomplish, really adds up over time. Because let's break it down. When you make a resolution, maybe you tell people about it, right? Oh, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to go to the gym every day. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to get a promotion. Okay. How are you going to do those things? You're going to maybe get in your car and drive to the gym. Well, what if it's snowy outside? What if it snows for 3 days and you can't make it to the gym? Is that resolution of going to the gym and losing 10 pounds going to get you to work out at home? I don't know. Maybe not. But if you set an intention that you are going to work on your health, You are going to do strength training 3 times a week, Pilates once a week, and do an active recovery day once a week. Then your flexibility, your capability, that bandwidth starts to expand. Because you probably have a couple sets of dumbbells at home. You could do some strength training at home. There are tons of free Pilates and yoga workouts, body weight workouts on YouTube, on FitOn. There are lots of ways to work out at home. And when you have the intention of doing this for your health, of intentionally moving your body to feel better, to have more energy, to decrease bloat, to lose weight, to decrease your inflammation, whatever it is, whatever that goal is, when you put the intention behind it, intentions create specific plans, specific steps of action. Resolutions don't. Unless you are a goal planner, you're a type A, you are, a list type of person, you've probably never had a resolution that had all of those little action steps. And that's okay. But 2023 is a year of excellence. It is going to be a year of excellence for you. And one of the ways to create that excellence, to foster and grow that excellence, is to set intentions with specific action steps. And then you're going to write it down. So whatever you're doing, if you're driving, pause, come back to this later, pick it back up and grab a piece of paper, something, a Post-it note, a napkin. I have an index card right here. Pick your word, your intention for 2023. Maybe it's a couple. I have a couple. Okay, so we're going to take a second to write them down. My intentions are strong, present, and joyful. I am intentionally going to spend every day practicing strength, being present in the moment, and being truly joyful. So you've written them down. You've written them down. I've written them down. I've shared them with you. So this piece of paper right here just made me 76% more likely to be present, joyful, and strong. Me sharing it with you right here today, becoming accountable to someone else, added an additional 40% onto that more likely to achieve these goals. And then what I'm going to do finally is I'm going to take this piece of paper and put it somewhere where I'm going to see it every single day. I encourage you to do the same. When I wake up and see this on my bathroom mirror every morning when I'm getting ready, I am going to remember that everything that I do today, every minute, every interaction with another person has the intention of being strong, present, and joyful. Having that reminder morning and night, every time I walk into the bathroom to do my makeup, to brush my teeth, to wash my hands, I'm going to see this. I'm going to be reminded that this is how I want to show up. This is what I want out of 2023. And in order to achieve these things, I know that in order to be present in conversations, I'm going to have to put my phone away more often. I'm going to have to turn and face the person that I'm talking to so that I can be fully engaged in the conversation. In order to be more joyful, I know that I am going to have to let some stuff go. That's just not who I am. Okay. I have a really hard time letting things go, and it's something I'm going to work on. It is an area that I'm going to grow in, because when I release the negativity, it frees your chest up to feel more joy. Some of you are like, of course it does. And some of you are like, I know exactly what you mean. This is a personal practice for you. Now, being strong to me, that means being okay with doing some different types of workouts. You know that I've been on a hormone health journey. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more in 2023 as we come up on about a year of doing it this June. So we'll dive more into that. But on this hormone journey of mine, I have been introduced to a whole new world of fitness. I personally like HIIT workouts. I enjoy them, but they're not the greatest for my hormones at every stage of the month. And so what I'm going to do is really focus on practicing strength in my mindset. So that mental toughness piece that you've probably heard of with challenges like the 75 hard. Let's come back to that in a second. But the mental toughness, being able to say, it's okay that I'm not sweating profusely and out of breath at the end of every workout. I'm going to try some new and different types of workouts. I am going to add in some more active recovery days and let my body rest. And those activities of doing less will actually increase my strength. And I know that scientifically, but there are these things that have been ingrained in me for years and years that I need to work through. And that might be true for you too. Maybe it's not about exercise or food. Maybe for you, it's about cutting off some toxic relationships. Maybe for you, it's about leaning into learning something new. Because when you learn new things, your neural synapses change significantly. And that's one way to prevent Alzheimer's, is to train your brain every day. So these are really cool ways that you can be so intentional instead of just resolutional. Resolutional is an aloof word by definition. And in order to really achieve these things, we're going to have a check-in episode next December. Next December, we are going to have a check-in episode, you and I, and we're going to sit down and we're going to bring this piece of paper out. And we're going to talk about what happened. Were you truly intentional? What got us to that point? And we're really going to check in and stay consistent with this. Intentions have actions, resolutions don't. So this year, commit to intentionally living, being intentional in everything you do, every moment, every minute, every single conversation and thing that you do. Be intentional with picking up and putting down your cell phone. Intentional with taking a drink of water. Because at the end of the day, this is all for you. You are getting better for yourself so that you can show up as the best version of yourself to be a better mom, a better partner, a better CEO, a better coworker, a better friend, a better cousin. There are all these things that you can do better at. We're all striving to be better all the time. Now, before we round this episode out, let's walk back to the 75 hard challenge for just a second, because the mental toughness, these intentions, you might be saying, hey, well, 75 hard might be a good option for me. I really need some accountability. I need to stick with this. I need just something that's going to force me to get up and do these things every day. So I know a girl, I have a friend who did 75 hard, probably like October, November timeframe at the end of the year. She wasn't feeling like she had kept up with everything very well. She wanted to get back into it and she decided she wasn't waiting until the new year. So she dove into 75 hard and started doing it. And she's the type of person that when she has the accountability, she does it. And that check-in form that they have, she was doing it. She was doing great with it. And it ended up being too much for her. And so she made it to about 40 or 45 days of 75 hard and she had to quit because she could not do everything that was expected of her. She is the mother of a toddler. She has a partner and life is hard. She has a lot of other stuff she does. And committing to all of those things was just too much for her. Now, if she had taken a second and said, hey, I really love the aspect of reading something every day, 10 pages or one chapter every day. I know for sure that I can do one workout, not two, and I can at least get outside for 15 minutes every day. Because let's face it, when it snows, when it rains, when it's icy, it's hard to get outside and work out. But you can go sit outside. Maybe you have a screened-in porch. Maybe you have a garage that you can open the door and sit and have the fresh air. That's more doable, right? having those little things that are more achievable for you. And maybe you don't want to include workout. Maybe that is too much right now, but you really want to stick to the part of having a solid nutrition plan, knowing what you're going to eat and prepping it and having it ready to go. Maybe that is the part of 75 Hard that you pull from. So the challenge itself is not bad. It's not harmful. The intention behind it is to improve your habits. It is to improve your consistency. And a lot of people do experience weight loss with it, but that's not necessarily the underlying promotion of this challenge, of this program, which makes it not inherently predatory, right? But what it does do is it's not for everyone. There are certainly levels to it. And it's very much, if you can't do all of these things, you can't do any of these things. It's an all or nothing mentality. And that's simply not how intentional living works. Being intentional is being able to say, hey, I know that I have this goal to be strong, and that includes these different types of workouts on these different days. But today my body hurts and I need to go take a bath and not do any exercise today. And being okay with that. And knowing that that intentional choice is what's going to get you back on track tomorrow for your goal of being strong. So all of that to say, intentions are where it's at for 2023. This is the year of hot girl intentions. Last year was hot girl walks. This year we are doing hot girl intentions. Okay, so pick a word, pick a couple of words, pick a phrase that you want to intentionally incorporate into every minute of your day for the next 363 2 days. Okay, we're a couple days after the new year here. But pick those things, write them down, share them with someone, a friend, a spouse, a family member, or me. My contact information will be in the show notes of this episode. You are always welcome to email, Instagram DM, or text me those intentions so that you have someone to keep you accountable. And then if you are looking for more of a community, go ahead, put this up somewhere where you're going to see it every single day. Maybe it's the bathroom, maybe it's your office, maybe it's in your car, maybe it's in the kitchen. Somewhere where you're going to see it every single day and have that reminder to be intentional in each interaction that you have. And then if you're looking for more of a community type of commitment, a community type of accountability to really increase and speed up those results that you're looking for, then go ahead, visit the show notes and subscribe to our email newsletter. There is going to be an accountability group option that is on a month-to-month basis coming very soon. And what you're going to get out of that is having the accountability, the sounding board, as well as some inspiration. So there's going to be recipes posted in there. There's going to be some different workout ideas, different encouragements and motivations posted within that accountability group. And it's not this long commitment. You can sign up for a month. You can sign up for a month when you know that you're traveling and it's going to be a little bit harder, and then leave the group. Okay, so this is going to be a really customizable way for you to plug in with other people that are doing 2023 in intentionality. And it's really going to encourage you to keep going so that when we have our check-in next December, you are going to be able to say, I cannot believe that I accomplished this in 2023. And I can't believe that I finally stuck with something for all 12 months of the year. I am so proud of you for being here, for choosing your health in 2023. This is truly going to be a year of excellence. I'm so excited for you that you're here, a part of this community on the Pursuit of Prevention podcast. There are a lot of really exciting things coming. I'm so grateful for you. 2022 was a wild ride, but you are here because of it. And I am so incredibly thankful. So here is to myself committing these 3 things to you, becoming accountable to you. Here is to you becoming accountable to someone, even if it's just yourself, to make 2023 the year of excellence. I will see you soon. Thank you for being a part of this conversation today. By sharing with just one friend, you are not only showing the people that you love that you care about them, but you are helping this message that healthy does not have to be so hard reach hundreds of other people. Be sure to check out the show notes and visit www.bewellhwc.com for more information and to subscribe to the show so that you get notified every time there is a new episode available for you to learn more health tips and help you achieve your healthiest self. I cannot wait to sit down and chat with you again so soon. Until then, stay well.